Good evening. Dr. Frankenstein's creation did not have a name. I called him friend. You never think the day will come when you're called upon to eulogize a friend, but here we are. He was part teacher, part traveler, part philosopher. May they all rest in peace. Books and films have portrayed him in many ways. They ask me, Igor, what was he really like? I first met him in Montreux, Switzerland, where I was attending hospitality school and working part-time at a local restaurant. One night, a colossus of a man burst through the door. He was wearing a dark suit with short sleeves. His eyes sat deep in their sockets, staring back at the people staring at him. He made his way to a small table in the back. As I was wrapping up my shift, I watched a waiter approach him. Hands shaking, he took out a pencil and pad. My friend looked up and said one word I'll never forget: sarsaparilla. I knew it was something people drank when they had syphilis. Turned out he just liked sarsaparilla. After downing his drink, he got up to leave without paying. He had no money. The waiter ran after him. They were about to come to blows when I stepped in. I've got the bill. My friend looked at me with an innocence that belied his intensity. He put his hand on my shoulder and squeezed it gently. I ushered him out of the cafe, and we walked and talked and talked. He exuded intelligence and curiosity. He asked, "Why are my hands stitched to my arms? Why is my face scarred? What am I doing in Montreux? I hate jazz." Eventually I asked, what did I do to deserve such an interesting and loyal companion? Many more walks and conversations followed. I learned he was born from a perverted sense of science and came into this world as a fully formed adult. No childhood, never played in the sand or snow, never attended prom. I often wondered if it was Dr. Frankenstein who had the criminal brain. People saw a cold-blooded monster. I saw a sensitive soul. On the night we met, it rained and thundered. As he pointed to the lightning, a tear ran down his cheek. He said, "Mama." People saw a heartless creature. I saw a good Samaritan. During one of our many hikes, we came upon a couple on the side of the road, standing next to a Volkswagen. Their battery had died. I asked if they had jumper cables. They did. Without hesitating, my friend took the cables, attached one into the battery, and the other to the two bolts on either side of the neck. I said to the driver, "Try it now." Wouldn't you know it, the car started right up. After that experience, I never needed to call AAA. He wasn't perfect. It's true, he did have a temper. I still have the clown's mouth he tore out of a miniature golf course when I cheated on the back nine. But that was before he started going to anger management classes. He also had some issues with confusion, probably because of all the brain surgeries. Every Halloween, instead of a pumpkin, my friend lit a menorah. He was secretly living in the ruins of Dr. Victor Frankenstein's abandoned castle. The doctor's son, Wolf von Frankenstein, had returned to renovate it and restore his dad's legacy. So when I wasn't working at the bar, I started helping around the lab, running errands, picking up prescriptions, and buying shoes. One thing they did get right in the movies was that my friend wore big, thick-soled boots. And for good reason. He needed special orthopedics for his bone spurs. Here's a little secret. He used this to dodge the draft. I eventually quit the restaurant, and during a long school break, Dr. F announced he and his patient were invited to the annual poker game at Dracula's castle. I tagged along. The Wolfman and the Mummy were in attendance, and the Invisible Man, I think. I was never good at poker, but I was slightly offended that I wasn't asked to sit in. Even that kiss-ass Renfield got a seat at the table, which meant I had to dole out snacks, serve drinks, and order pizzas. Chaos ensued when the Wolfman greeted the pizza delivery guy and promptly ate him. Guess who had to clean up that mess? My friend noticed what I was going through. Afterwards, he walked down to the servants' quarters with what appeared to be a slice of pepperoni. Turned out it was a slice of the pizza delivery guy. It's the thought that counts. When we returned from our trip, the demands from Wolf increased. Igor, get me coffee. Igor, pick up my dry cleaning. Igor, put that pancreas back in the freezer. That's how the first Dr. Frankenstein treated his assistant, Fritz. Over time, people conflated the two of us. But we couldn't be more different. Fritz, hunchback grave robber. Me, hotel management, miniature golf cheater. Those folk tales were a curse for both my friend and I, but at the same time, they were a blessing. They formed the core of our bond. I need to clear up one more misconception. My pal never, and I repeat, never met Abbott and Costello. But he did meet the Marx Brothers. And this meeting was pivotal. It was Chico's good nature that rubbed off on my friend. One time we were in a grocery store and some guy accidentally bumped into him. I could see the veins start to bulge in his neck. He got right in the man's face, and then he took a deep breath and said, "Oh, no, that's a no good." My giant buddy grew a bit more that day. The fact that he was a man of few words gave more impact to the ones he spoke. Here's an example. I struggled to balance school with being an assistant. I got a little lost, didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. After listening to me wallow and vent, he put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Friend," just like the first time we met. That meant the world to me, like I was important, I mattered. He taught me so much, like we can't worry about what others think. People hear what they want to hear, see what they want to see. His imperfections allowed us to hold a mirror to ourselves. Well, not Dracula. Some people saw a nameless monster. I saw a friend. I missed the walks. I miss being lonely together. I miss that big galoot. You know, maybe he isn't dead. It wasn't proven. Maybe he's sitting at a bar somewhere, having a laugh with Andy Kaufman and sipping a sarsaparilla.